Will the House please come to order and members kindly take their seats? Welcome back. Members, we will be taking up the following bills: H50, H105, and H106. Again, that's H50, H105, and H106. And so with that, member from Poultney, can you please offer us a motion to suspend our rules to take up from the notice calendar for immediate consideration House Bill 50, which is an act relating to identifying underutilized state buildings and land?
Madam Speaker, I make a motion to suspend rules in order to take up for immediate consideration H50 off the notice calendar.
The member from Poultney moves that we suspend rules to take up off the notice calendar for immediate consideration House Bill 50. Are you ready for the question? If so, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed, please say nay. The ayes appear to have it, the ayes do have it, and you have suspended rules to take up House Bill 50 for immediate consideration. House Bill 50 is an act identifying underutilized state buildings and land. The bill passed the Senate with a proposal of amendment that is printed in today's calendar. Member from Springfield.
Madam Speaker, H50 came back with what looked to be very simple Senate proposal of amendment. As we began working on it, it has become a little bit more complicated. So I now move that H50 be committed to the Committee on Corrections and Institutions.
The member from Springfield moves that House Bill 50 be committed to the Committee on Corrections and Institutions. Are you ready for the question? If so, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed, please say nay. The ayes appear to have it. The ayes do have it, and you have committed House Bill 50 to the Committee on Corrections and Institutions. Member from Poultney, can you please offer us a motion to suspend our rules to take up from the notice calendar for immediate consideration House Bill 105, which is an act relating to expanding the Youth Substance Awareness Safety Program?
Madam Speaker, I make a motion to suspend rules to take up for immediate consideration off the notice calendar H105.
The member from Poultney moves that we suspend rules to take up from the notice calendar for immediate consideration House Bill 105. Are you ready for the question? If so, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed, please say nay. The ayes appear to have it. The ayes do have it, and you have suspended rules to take up House Bill 105 for immediate consideration. House Bill 105 is an act relating to expanding the Youth Substance Awareness Safety Program. The bill passed the Senate with a proposal of amendment that is printed in today's calendar. Member from Brattleboro.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. The Senate proposal of amendment to H105, an act relating to expanding the Youth Substance Awareness Safety Program, proposes a variety of technical changes and also offers a number of substantive changes to the bill. In summary, these substantive changes are: first, to move the prohibition of underage cannabis possession and its related civil violation to the alcohol prohibitions in 7 VSA 656. Second, to repeal the statute rendering cannabis possession a delinquency for those under 16 years of age. And finally, third, to create a procedure to review a license suspension automatically issued by the Commissioner of Motor Vehicles. To remind the body, the Youth Substance Awareness Safety Program provides an alternative to the civil court process for youth who violate Vermont's underage alcohol and now, as proposed by the Senate, cannabis laws. YSASP, as it's referred to, is an educational and rehabilitative program that helps young people understand the impact on themselves and others of using these substances and to lower the risk for future use. It also helps to connect those identified as high risk to professional substance use clinicians. I'll briefly walk us through the changes section by section, beginning in section 1, which can be found on page 3,923 of today's calendar. The first proposed change to Section 1 is essentially adding a definitions section. This is a technical change to avoid any doubt that the terms used in this statute have the same meaning as they are used in Title 23. This is because essentially H105 incorporates 23 VSA subsections 656A and 1216 into 7 VSA 656. So we want to make sure it's clear all the definitions are the same. Because this section is now a definition section, all the subsections after the first subsection in 7 VSA 656 as proposed have been re-lettered due to the downstream effects of this change. As a result, there are many internal cross-references that have been changed throughout Section 1 of the bill, which you'll see if you look at it in today's calendar. All right, continuing in Section 1 to page 3,925, this is the largest substantive change to H105. The Senate proposes adding cannabis possession to the prohibited conduct governed by 7 VSA 656B, so that it is treated the same as the alcohol possession, procurement, and consumption violations for those who are the age of 12 to 21 years. Like those offenses, H105 eliminates cannabis possession as a delinquency that can be brought into family court and is now only a civil violation prosecuted in the Judicial Bureau. Moving on to the bottom of page 3,925, the Senate proposes a small technical change to subsection 656B3A to clarify that the Commissioner of Motor Vehicles is the person issuing the automatic suspension. The Senate also proposes a change to 656C, where the notice of violation issued to the person must indicate that the presence of multiple substances for intake and diversion program purposes. And this is just to help to make sure that the YSAS program knows what they're going to be helping the youth with. Another change on page 3,928 of today's calendar is to 656D, which is proposed to add information to the notice of license suspensions that a person's automatic suspension can be reviewed under Rule 75 of Vermont Rules of Civil Procedure. The Senate also proposes a substantive change to subsection 656H5 by breaking it into 2 subdivisions and adds the ability to pursue that same Rule 75 of Vermont Rules of Civil Procedure to allow someone to review a person's automatic suspension under Rule 75. This is the same type of review that a person already has when there's a decision in the diversion program under this statute. So we're basically allowing people to have an opportunity to contest an automatic suspension, which was not in the bill as it was proposed by the House. Section 2 of the bill, which is found on page 3,932 of today's calendar, this is just technical changes to the internal cross-references to the report that is required under 7 VSA 656J. Section 4 of the bill, which is on page 3,932 of today's calendar, this repeals the underage cannabis possession civil violation under 18 VSA 4230B and the underage cannabis possession delinquency under 18 VSA 4230J. It also re-letters the repeal of 23 VSA 1216 as subsection D so that the repeals are listed in proper order. Madam Speaker, we heard from a number of witnesses on the proposed changes to H105 in your House Judiciary Committee. We heard from the State Court Administrator from the Vermont Judiciary, the Director of Court Diversion and Pretrial Services, Legislative Attorney from the Vermont Department of State's Attorneys and Sheriffs, the Legislative Counsel from the Office of Legislative Counsel, the Deputy Defender General and Chief Juvenile Defender from the Defender General's Office, and the Youth Restorative Program Coordinator from the Burlington Community Justice Center. All of those witnesses were in favor of the changes proposed to H105. On a straw poll, your committee voted 9-0-2 in favor, and we asked for the body's support.
The question is, shall the House concur in the Senate proposal of amendment? Are you ready for the question? Member from Colchester.
Yes, could I please interrogate the presenter, please?
The member from Brattleboro is interrogated.
I know what cannabis is. I'm just wondering, does this include like gummies? And it also just says possession, not consumption. So I'm just wondering if it's only if a youth has in possession and there's no penalty for consumption.
Madam Speaker, it is for possession.
Yep. And could you define cannabis? I looked for a definition, but I couldn't find it. I don't know if does it include the gummies, like all forms of something with cannabis in it, or is it just cannabis itself? Oh, sorry.
Madam Speaker, if we refer to subsection C from 656, it says that what's being defined is basically knowingly possessing, unlawfully possessing 1 ounce or less of cannabis, 5 grams or less of hashish, or 2 mature cannabis plants or fewer, or 4 immature cannabis plants or fewer. So I don't know if I understand, Madam Speaker, the question, what's looking to be defined.
Okay, I think you answered my question. So it is okay, I'm assuming, for someone 12 years old or older to possess gummies that have cannabis in them. Is that correct?
No, Madam Speaker. So if they possessed gummies that had cannabis in them, that would be possessing cannabis.
Okay, thank you.
The question is, shall the House concur in the Senate proposal of amendment? Are you ready for the question? If so, all those in favor, please say aye. All those opposed, please say nay. The ayes appear to have it. The ayes do have it, and you have concurred in the Senate proposal of amendment. Member from Poultney, can you please offer us a motion to suspend our rules to take up from the notice calendar for immediate consideration House Bill 106, which is an act relating to selling real property within FEMA map flood hazard area?
Madam Speaker, I make a motion to suspend rules to take up for immediate consideration of the notice calendar H106.
Member from Poultney moves that we suspend rules to take up from the notice calendar for immediate consideration House Bill 106. Are you ready for the question? If so, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed, please say nay. The ayes appear to have it. The ayes do have it, and you have suspended rules to take up House Bill 106 for immediate consideration. House Bill 106 is an act relating to selling real property within a FEMA map flood hazard area. The bill passed the Senate with a proposal of amendment that is printed in today's calendar. Member from St. Johnsbury.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. H106, an act relating to selling real property within a FEMA-mapped flood hazard area, which is on page 3932 on today's calendar. Section 1, the intent is to promote transparency and to ensure that a buyer is on notice regarding flood risks. Section 2, the Senate removed A1 and A2 and added A3, a physical or electronic copy or a digital link of the official flood insurance rate map as published by the Federal Emergency Management Agency, or notice that flood insurance rate map is unavailable, effective for the community in which the real property is located. A5 added whether the seller maintains or is required by federal or state law to maintain flood insurance on the real property. Section 3, which is on page 3934, the Senate changed the effective date to September 1st, 2025 to allow for proper implementation. We heard helpful testimony from Peter Tucker of the Vermont Association of Realtors and from a member of Legislative Council. The bill was strongly supported in committee with a straw vote of 902 Madam Speaker, we recommend support for H106 as amended by the Senate.
The question is, shall the House concur in the Senate proposal of amendment? Are you ready for the question? If so, all those in favor, please say aye. All those opposed, please say nay. The ayes appear to have it. The ayes do have it, and you have concurred in the Senate proposal of amendment. Members, at this time, we are going to recess until 4:30, and we have a couple of bills that may be ready to be taken up, and the Senate may also send us additional work to receive and respond to. So those bills are H472 and S12, and we may receive more. So with that, the House will stand in recess until the fall of the gavel at 4:30 p.m.